Okay, so right now for the selection, so in Excel, actually you can select multi-select data. So you have seen that I can single select the cell. Okay, but I select the cell, drag it to the right side. I have selected whole section. Okay, so how you can actually directly select the whole section when you know that what is the starting cell and the ending cell. So in this selected range, I so this is called as a range of the cells. So starting cell is F2. You can see F2 and ending cell, which is bottom right corner, which is I and 6. So that means this range is from F2 to I6. Why this range selection is important? Because it is important when you are using the formula. And as I told you last time, from this name box also you can go to a particular cell. So right now, if I have to go to the F2, what I will do, I will type F2, press enter. So you see the F2 cell is selected and I go to the F2 cell. Similar way, I can actually do the selection of this range. How? So I just need to type the first cell here and then colon. Colon means from 2. So from F2 to I6. So I will type here I6 and press enter. Now you see when I type this F2 to I6, it has selected all whole range of the cells. Okay, so I will tell you the practical use case of this with the sum formula. So now the formula is applied here. So you can see when I select this cell, there is a sum formula which we applied earlier, and you can see equal to sum. This is sum is function, and inside that function there is a range of the cells which is D3 to D5. That means D3, D3 this cell from 25 to D5. So what you have done, you have actually given this sum from D3 to D5. Okay, so this same sum function I can use elsewhere and I can choose all those values. So here to write any function in a formula, you need to use equal to key. Okay, after pressing equal, what is our function, which is sum? So type sum. The moment you type sum, you can see all the functions here listed. So we just want the sum only. And then after that, press this bracket, the first bracket, left bracket, and you know that which selection you have to do, which is D3. So type D3, and after you when you type D3, you can see that the D3 is highlighted and which is in the blue color, and this D3 text here is in also blue color. Okay, you want the range of the cells. So range we represent with colon. So D3 colon from D3 to D5. So I will type D5 and close the bracket. You see D3 to D5, this whole range we have typed this formula and the selection is already done here, and press enter. Now you see this 175 value is same as this 175, and you don't need to be put that formula exactly below. You can actually put anywhere else, but your range of selection should be correct. So in this case D3 to D5. So in this case, if I change this value to 75, the formula which we have applied here and here, both formula will get updated. Okay, so range of the cell we have seen. Now what if we wanted to select the whole column we wanted to select with this selection method. So in the name box I will type. So whenever you have to actually select any particular column or whole row, you need to type that from to the same column number. So which in this case will be F colon F, and press enter. You see, this F column is selected. Why? Because start and end is with the F column. So similar way, I can actually type here the row number. So row number 9. So 9 colon 9, enter. You see, whole row is getting selected. So you can use that thing in the formula as well. So sum, let me type D colon D and press enter. Here you see the sum is for this whole column. So it's not just for this range of the selection from D3 to D5, it is selecting the whole column. So whatever the values are there inside this column, so which includes these values, their sum, these values, their sum, whole values sum is 900. So you know how we can actually directly input the range of the cells or whole column or whole row in this format. So as we will move ahead for the advanced section, we will need to understand the uh, all the values that we are inputting in this formula and functions. So basically formula and function, they are not actually quite different. So I will tell you here. So we are use this sum function. So this is the sum function and we are inputting all the values inside it. So what app operations we are doing here? So let me delete this thing so we can actually better see this thing. I will zoom in here. Okay, now I'm here. So what this sum function is doing, that we can do manually also by using the formula. So how we can use the formula? Here what I will do, I will press equal. So formula start with equal key. Okay, after that I will select this cell. So in this sum function I am actually making a sum of these three values. So what simply I will do, I will select the first cell, then press 1, then press and then second cell, then plus sign, then third cell, and then at the end enter. So you see, this is my formula. When I select this cell, I can see the formula here. The formula mentions that D3, D4, D5, add all these cells here. And my sum formula says from D3 to D5, add all these things. So function makes your life easy by directly using this same and in formula. So just imagine if all these items are there, like 25, 50 items are there and you are making sum. So quick way is to actually use this function, or else you need to add all the values one by one till that 25 or 50 times. So there will be 25 to 50 cells you need to add in a sequence. Okay, in the formula you can actually add the number directly also. So there is no need to cell values only. So you can actually I make this plus 25 and enter. So you can see now this is 250, but how is 250 different than this? Because this is actually adding all these cell values, plus on top of that is adding the special value which is 25, which is extra, which is not a reference to any particular cell. So all these values here D3, D4, D5, they are reference. So when we say reference value, that means when the cell value changes, this formula also changes. But the 25 is fixed value, so it will not change. If I show you here, if I type 100, you can see both the formulas are getting changed because they are referenced with this particular cell location. Okay, so the way we have seen here, let me undo, and we have seen that three values we have sum plus 25. Same thing we can do with this sum function also. So what we need to do, double click this sum function. This whole sum function is actually calculating, adding the all the values above it. At the end, just do plus 25. So your formula with this sum function will be look like this. So there can be many variant to the formula. You can actually add one function, you can add another function, you can add the custom values. By the way, you can add text also. Okay, so you can see that total is 125. Here I have added the text, but the thing is that when you add the text, you cannot actually directly use plus sign. You need to use ampersand to concatenate, to join the text plus value. So like this way. So this is not a numerical value. This is a text. So text plus numerical value won't be go hand in hand. So that's why we need ampersand here. So the representation is like this. I can actually directly click here and I have selected entire column, and here I can actually select entire row. Okay, there is a shortcut key for this. What is the shortcut key? Whichever column you are in. So I am here in this D column and I have selected one cell here. So select one cell and press Ctrl and space bar. When I press Ctrl space bar, you can see whole column is selected. So this is a shortcut key to select the whole column. So similar way, if you wanted to select the whole row with the shortcut key, then there is a shortcut key which is Shift Spacebar. Okay, a quick option to actually select this row. Okay, so now if I am selected, so this is my data. So this is the range of data. So this is a data range, whole data range. When I select up any particular cell inside this data range, okay, inside this data range, I am selecting one cell, so which is company B. And now I press Ctrl A. Ctrl A is for all. When I press Ctrl A, you can see it has selected me whole data associated with this cell. So which is all connected with this cell. So everything which is near to this range, it has selected. Okay, Control A. You can see it treats whole section as one. So that's why whenever I will select anywhere and press Control A, it is actually giving me a quick selection of the this region. Okay, and if you wanted to select entire sheet, so this entire sheet, if you wanted to select, the last time I told you that you can actually select this triangle option button here at the corner of column and row, and you can make the selection of whole entire sheet. Okay, alternatively, if you are in any blank cell, so any blank cell which is not connected with other value or data source anything, and if you are here, so you can be here anywhere. If I am here and I press Ctrl A, then you see I can select the entire sheet with the option Ctrl A. So what is difference between using Ctrl A at this location and using Ctrl A at this location is that you are associated with all the reference, all the connected data here, and here the blank cell is not as linked, I mean like adjacent to any data. So that's why when you are inside any particular data, when you use Control A, it selects only that region of the cells which is associated with that data. But when you are on the blank cell and you use Control A, it selects entire sheet. Okay. Okay. And there is another option to select the entire sheet from the associated data in this data region. So I'm in this data region. So you know that when I press Control A, it selects this whole section. Okay. Now, if I press Control A again, that means Control A twice, then what will happen? It will select the entire sheet. So I will press Control A. So you see, entire sheet is selected, and my original selection was here in the paper cell. Okay. So with this way also you can select the entire sheet, but when you are on the blank cell, only one time Control A is enough, or else alternatively this option is there. So this is all about cell selection. Now I will tell you that suppose you have multiple sheets, so like this, sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 2 is here, so I will move here, sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. Okay, you can actually format the cells in all the sheets at one time. So what I'm saying is like you can format the cells in multiple sheets at once. So how I'm going to tell you now. So I have selected sheet 1. Okay, now to sheet, select the sheet 2. I simply click on this sheet 2, but it releases the control of sheet 1. So if I want to select all the sheets together, what I need to do, I have selected sheet 1, then press Control key, select the sheet 2, press, keep, hold that control key and select the sheet 3. Okay, the and now release the control key and you are moving the mouse cursor. You can see that sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, all these three sheets are selected and they are actually grouped now. So how to identify all the sheets are grouped? When you have selected all the sheets, you can see the title of the Excel will change, book to dash group. Okay, now you click anywhere, this group will not remove. If you click on the sheet 2, sheet 3, then this grouping will remove. Okay, so now I will group this by using control key. I have selected all these three sheets. When you are in group of the sheets, when you are in a group of the sheets, whatever you do in any particular cell, that actually gets mimic into another sheet. So what does this mean? I will tell you. So I have selected this range. Okay, and now I will apply the color which is uh, green color. Okay, when I click on the sheet 2 and sheet 3, you can see that this green color is applied to that particular range of the cell. Why? Because of the grouping. Okay, now the grouping is not there. I will change this color to this one and I go to sheet 2 and sheet 3. This this color is not changed because it was not in grouping mode. So that means when you are in grouping mode, by pressing control key and you have make this group, whatever you do in any particular cell sheet, it is going to clone or mimic. So I will tell you here what I will do. I will make this merge and I will say that table header. Okay, then select this one, make it bold, make it underline, make the text as red, and click on the sheet 2. You see, on sheet 2, table header is there. On sheet 3, table header is there. All the group sheet will mimic this behavior. So uh, if you have some kind of data like this, I will tell you here. So if you have the same kind of tables and tabular data like this in all the multiple sheet, and you wanted to actually apply this formatting to all the sheets. So suppose this is my company data and same table with the different values is repeated in the sheet 2, sheet 3, and I wanted to change the formatting all once. So what I will do, I will select all these things and I will change the formatting to the, let's say, black color, and the text is white. Okay, and when I click on this, so the same formatting applied to all the sheets. But be careful, when if you have a different data, then the formatting will be applied to that data also. So whenever you want, you have the same kind of data in all the sheets, you can use this option. The useful tool when you have a large amount of data. So when I say large amount of data, I will take this example, huge data. Okay, great. So here, let's say if I wanted to find something in this data, how I can actually find. So what I will do, so which is a keyboard shortcut is Control F. So for find, it's Control F. So when you press Control F, the find and replace dialog box will open. Okay. So now here I wanted to find something which I will type WA. So WA is for I think Waltham state. So when I press find next, you can see the selected cell goes to the WA. So row wise it is moved here. When I select find next, then it is going to this section. It is because in the midway you can see WA is there inside the midway. Okay, so I have options here. I will click on the options, and here I want only the cell which is with the value WA. I don't want to make the selection where the WA is in between that text. So for that, what I need to do, I need to select the match case and match entire cell content. Okay, when I select this match entire cell content, that means entire cell should have this value, which is WA. When I click find next, you can see only WA is selected. Find next WA like this. If I wanted to find all the values which are having this WA state, I can click on find all. So this gives me the list of the values where the find WA is mentioned. If the section is small, then on the bottom right corner you see this dot design. So you can actually move the mouse cursor at the bottom right corner. Your mouse cursor will change into the diagonal arrow like this, and press here and just drag it to the downside, and you will see all the options which with the WA value, and its cell reference is here, given here, and you can directly click here. So when I click here, you can see the selection goes to that particular location. So F15, F15. So like that way, I can actually do the selection. Okay, so this is all about find, and this option, instead of using Ctrl F to find, there is another location where you can actually open this dialog box, which is in the home ribbon tab. Go to the this editing section. Okay, in this editing section you will find this find and select option. Click on this and you will find the first option, which is find. So as I told you last time, when there is a three dot at the end of this text, that means it's going to open the dialog box. I will select this, it will open this dialog box, and I can actually use the find. There is another thing which is replace, which is next to the find. So on this find and replace dialog box, I will click on the replace. So what I wanted to do now, whatever the WA are there, replace with another state. So I can say that it will be NSW, or else I will use any custom like ABC, replace with ABC. You can see here multiple options are there. The previous options, which are find next and the find all, are here, but there is another additional option in this replace section, which is replace and replace all. When I select replace, so what is going to do, WA will get replaced with ABC, but this is one time. If I click, then another cell will get replaced, but we have so many values in this. So to quickly replace all the values, I will click on this button, replace all. The moment you click on the replace all, you see you will get the information pop up here. So whenever there is a I, like this kind of the symbol is there, so that means it's for your information. There is nothing wrong or no error, no warning, but this is just for your information that all done, all replacement is done, and we have made 80 replacements. So that means 80 locations WA is changed to ABC. So you can see ABC is entered here, and when you click OK, then you accept this information and you can close this dialog box. Okay, so now WA is changed to ABC. When I press Ctrl F and open, and when I find all, then you see the Excel is giving me a warning. So this is a warning symbol with a blue color icon and exclamation mark. So this means like we couldn't find what you were looking. Click options for the more. So click OK. So that means we have already replaced this WA with ABC. So there are no WA. which are matching to the entire cell. So that's why find all is resulting no value. Okay, and you can close this one. Okay, there is one thing I told you that find have a keyboard shortcut Control F. Okay, but what is the shortcut key for the replace? So if you wanted to use replace directly, so there is a keyboard shortcut which is Control H. So when you press Control H, you will directly go to the replace dialog box. So in this dialog box, in this replace section, you will directly go. The one thing which I wanted to tell you is like in this find and selection, there is one option which is go to. So you see go to three dot dialog box. So this go to is actually very useful in future when we're going to the advanced section. But right now I will tell you the importance of go to is like you can go to any cell. So I will type A1 and press OK. Okay, my cell selection is here A1. I will press go to and I will type something which is D2. Click OK. Feature which is here go to, you can open directly with the keyboard shortcut which is Control G. Control and G. G for go to. Okay. You can use this Control G, or else there is another shortcut which is F5. Whenever you are in sale, just you are in this work area and you press F5. So this will also use go to.